Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Lady Peace, and in today's video we are going to be learning how to make this cowl neck top. It's backless with a plungy neckline. If you're interested in this, please sit and watch till the end. I made this using just half yard of crepe fabric, and it's very simple. It's something you can make within 10 to 15 minutes, and it's beginners friendly. To make this, first you want to get the depth of your neckline, which will represent as the width of the fabric. Next measurement you are going to be taking is the length of your top, which for me I have 23 inches. You're also going to measure your neck circumference because there's going to be a band around the top, so measure your neck circumference, and as for me I had 13 inches, and make sure it's not very tight. This is my fabric here, and like I said, I'm making use of a crepe fabric. For the width of this fabric, I have it long as up to 34 inches. So when I took the measurement, the one I'm working with is 33, and then I added 1 inch for the sewing allowance. As for the length of my top, what I have here is 24, and I am working with 23 inches, so I also added 1 inch for the sewing allowance. Right now I'll go over to my sewing machine, and I'm going to be folding in ½ inch and fold again, and then I'll top stitch. I'm going to make sure I do it to all the 4 corners of my top. Alright, just go ahead and do it. And after I was done, this is what I have. I also did same thing on this other side. Like I said, go ahead and do it on all 4 corners of your top. So once you're done, the next thing I also went ahead to do was to cut out a band that we are going to be using around our neckline, and I'm just going to make sure to smoothen this to make it very equal. The length of my band here is the measurement I took around my neck, like the neck circumference. So what I had was 13 inches, but I cut my band using 14 inches. I added 1 inch for the sewing allowance. So right now I'm going to fold it this way. So the width of this fabric is 4 inches. So I'm going to be stitching down this part using ½ inch, and I'll stitch down this part. But before we stitch, I'm going to come in from this point by 5 inches. So go in by 5 inches here. I'm also going to come in on this other side here by 5 inches as well. Once I'm done with this, the next thing I'm going to do is from those 5 inches points, I'm going to come out by ½ inch. Alright, ½ inch here, and on this other side, I'll go out by ½ inch as well. So those ½ inch points will have to be open. We are going to be stitching down this part, then stitch down to this point where you have your ½ inch. You're going to stop there and start stitching from here again to where you have that your ½ inch point. Stop there. Okay, make sure that those ½ inch points are opened. All right, so when I'm done stitching, I'm going to show you guys what I'm trying to say. After stitching, this is what I have right here. Those ½ inch points I told you to leave, I have to make sure that those points are opened. So right now I'm just going to turn this to the right side from one of the opened area. Alright, so I'll just bring it out this way, and then try to pull out this other side here. So just bring out everything from that ½ inch point you left open. Just bring it out, turn it to the right side. So after turning mine to the right side, I'm going to try and bring out all these edges right here. So I'll try to bring out all the edges and show you guys the part that is opened. So like I said, make sure you leave those ½ inch points open. This is mine, and this is the second part here. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to bring my top, and I'm just going to open it up this way. So you're going to now bring down the neckline just like this. All right, so bring it down just like this. So you're now going to bring this point, those points you opened, all right, that ½ inch points, and you're going to pick one side of your fabric and then fix it inward like this, and then go ahead and pin it down. All right, so just fix it inward. Make sure you fix it very well. Pin it down, and then you're also going to open up this other side here, this part, and then also bring out these other edges here, and then also pin it down. Just make sure that you fix it properly, and then go ahead and pin it down. All right, so you're going to be top stitching those points you pinned, All right, so the next thing I also did was to cut out a long strap that I'm going to be tying around my waist. So the length for this strap is, I'm just going to go ahead and measure it. The length for this strap here is about 19 inches and I have two. So the width for it, I cut out 2 inches and then I also cut out 1 inch. So what I'm going to explain that. Looking at this strap, you will notice that one side of it is wider than the other. What I did was to just go up from this point by 2 inches and then on this other side I went down by 1 inch and then I stitch it and turn it over to the right side. So just fold your fabric, make sure it's 3 inches wide after folding, and you're going to be going out by 2 inches and then go down by 1 inch and then stitch and turn it to the right side. That depends if you want it to be like this, but if you just want it straight, just cut out a strap, stitch on it and turn it to the right side. You're going to pick that strap and bring it to the end of your top this way. Fold in 1/2 inch on the part that is open on your strap and then use it to fix on this part. And then you're also going to do the same thing to the second one. This part that is opened, you're going to fold it in. All right, so just fold it in this way and then place it on the end of your strap like this. So you're going to be top stitching here, you top stitch here and also top stitch on this point here. So after I was done top stitching, this is what I have. So I'm going to be fixing like a hook and eye so that by the time I put on this top, I'll just fix it around my neck. So this is my hook and eye here and I'm just going to make use of it. So what I'll do is I'll pick one of it, place it this way, and I'm going to be using my thread and needle to just hold it down. So when you're doing this, just make sure that it is very, very strong. Make sure it's very, very firm. So I'm going to use my thread and needle to hold it very, very tight before I go ahead to cut it and then proceed to fixing the next one. So you can see I'm just trying my best to make sure that I pass my needle through some couple of times before I will then cut it out, and then I'm going to continue same thing on this other side here. I'll continue passing my thread and needle around it, making sure that it is very tight before I go ahead to cut out the excess thread I have on that area. So just be careful when doing this and also take your time to make sure that it's very firm. After I was done doing mine, I'm just going to go ahead now to fix it around the neckline. All right, so I'll just go ahead and fix it around the neckline this way, and you have it looking like this. And I hope this tutorial was really helpful. You can see how simple it is, right? This is what I have after I was done. Now, and if you want your cowl neckline to be very deep, it means you'll be using, like for me, the length I use is 33 inches. So you can make yours 40 inches, 45 inches, depending on how deep you want it to be. So this is how I wanted mine to be. I didn't want it to be too deep. So this is what I have. So you have to be very careful when taking the measurement so that it's not going to go too deep and your bust will start like revealing everything. Like the top will start revealing your bust. So right here, this is what I have, and I hope this video was really, really helpful. If you watched this far and you haven't subscribed, please do well to hit on the subscribe button, and also please turn on your notification bell so you'll be forced to get notified whenever I upload my next video. So guys, I'll see you all in my next one. Bye.